Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Asagao Academy. So, last time, my audio cut off because, remember, each video has a freaking 30-minute time limit, which kind of sucks. So yeah, let's continue, I guess. So, as I was saying, or as PBG was saying, but, I think we should go now. Or, I should go now. He stood and sprinted across the room, fleeing the door open. PBG, wait! Jared crashed after PBG, leaving Maya and I alone. She sprawled to me from across the room like some kind of demented bug. What happened? What happened? Tell me! Do you like each other? Are you dating now? Is PBG your boyfriend? I could hardly hear anything you were talking so quietly. I beamed at her, trying to hold in my laugh. That's a secret. I freaking love my sly face. Maya and I walked to class the next morning like absolute zombies. I wasn't sure if it was the blood or the heat or the sheer stress of all it out. But neither of us wanted to talk to each other. We didn't even want to look at each other. When PBG and I came out of our room that night, we found Jared and Maya in the room across the hall, sitting 4 yards apart on opposite ends of the room. When I asked whether they want to go home... Yes, definitely! They responded like that. Something was up. Something definitely had to be up. But the drive back to the academy was made in utter, stony silence. Outside of a few passive conversations on PBG try and break the tension. If Maya wasn't telling me what happened between her and Jared, that probably meant it was something bad. Really bad. Especially considering things seemed like they were going well in the hot spring. I wasn't going to bring that up if she wasn't ready to relieve it. For all I knew, she just destroyed any chances of dating that guy she'd crushed on for the past 3 years. Knowing Maya was very possible she simply wasn't able to conduct herself properly in his presence. I wasn't about to go poking my nose in her most embarrassing moment. We climbed to the 3rd floor behind Mimi and Kakusu, who moved as though approaching their own execution. Of course, they took up all the space in the stairwell, so we couldn't move around them even if we wanted to. Mine and my own silence meant that whether we wanted to or not, we ended up eavesdropping on their conversations. So apparently the nearby hot springs are closed for the rest of the year. What? No way. I wanted to join my friends on a celebratory exertion after graduating the midterm exams. I don't want to know what happened, because the staffs don't want to go into it. But apparently, it has something to do with the water being tainted. You don't think people were copulating in the springs? Oh my god, why do you talk like that? I'm sure that's why it is. But it must have been some kind of party if it made the springs completely shut down. Kakusu's eyes flashed. It's being inspected for health violations. If they find something, they might not even be able to reopen it. Oh man, I hope they catch whoever did it. It sucks that we have to suffer because somebody else was an a-hole. When we reached the top of the stairwell, we sped around the girls and into the classroom that we were running from a swarm of bees. As I hooked my bag on my desk, a jolly John approached me.
Hey!
Anna, welcome back. How are the Shh! Don't tell anybody we were there. Okay, well, whatever you did worked. Look. He pointed across to PBG, who was sitting at a desk, happily doodling. He noticed us looking at him and waved cheerfully. I waved back. What did you do? I never would have thought he would recover from something like this so quickly. Well, we just talked. had a bit of heart-to-heart, I guess you could say. John held up a hand. Thank you. That's all I need to know. Well, Hana, you are one special girl. I just meant thank you for looking after our boy. No problem. He's my friend after all. John snorted. Yep, definitely. And friends look after each other. Exactly. He wandered off to his seat, still laughing like a maniac. What's up with him? Everyone knows. I turned to mine as she shrugged, staring at the window despondently. Guess she didn't feel up to chatting either. It was so unlike her. What happened between her and Jared? I wonder too. Thankfully, Mai thawed as this day wore on. And by the time we got back to the Primrose house, we were deep in discussion about volleyball strategies. But as we approached our room, I groaned. Oh no. Another note was taped gleefully to the door. I ripped it off as a bear might knock down a beehive. Oops, sorry. Aww. What did the paper ever do to you? I glared at her as I opened the letter. Oh, love. Oh, love? Oh, love, oh, love. She's lovely and sweet. She captures my feelings and shines like the sea. So lovely, this lovely. So pretty and nice. Oh, love is hot. Oh, love is so hot, and love is so nice. Getting warmer and warmer and warmer until I poured too much water, but love cannot spill. For this lovely ice sea stares back at me with the sea. For love has the loveliest eyes I have seen. I stared at the paper. Eyes like the sea? Told you that they weren't from me. Did I really have a secret admirer? I never even had a boy crush on me. Never in my life. God freaking dang it. Friggin' Mai is so oblivious. But, sorry, not Mai. Hana is so oblivious. But strangest of all, when I should have felt my absolute happiest, instead felt an odd sense of dread. We headed inside our room and I glanced around unsure of what to do with the letter.
Hey, what's up?
You okay, Hana? I don't like this. Well, just put it away and forget out about it, alright? Whoever wrote it obviously isn't confident enough to approach you directly. As long as that doesn't happen, you can just pretend like they don't exist. I folded up the paper and stuffed it inside my desk with its brothers.
Well,
I guess so. A letter is just a letter. It's great that you have a secret admirer too. Who knows? Maybe it's someone you have feelings for? Well, what? There isn't anybody like that. So that's impossible. I swear she's just so dirty sometimes. Mai glared at me. What? I'm serious. I know you're serious. That's exactly why I'm annoyed. She sighed and shook her head. Poor guy's got it rough. But I guess you don't pick who you fall in love with. A secret admirer is hardly someone in love. He's probably just a little crush. If he even is a he. I wasn't talking about... Oh, forget it. A blush rose in my cheeks, but I ignored it. Anyways, we were in the middle of discussing your tactics, right? Have you tried the... How do you rate that? Check shot. I heard online that it's pretty good. It's a bit overhyped. That doesn't work as well for volleyball as you would think. The subject safely dropped. Mai and I discussed her next game until late in the evening. Something got her more excited about volleyball than usual, and that was saying something when it came to Mai. Whatever it is, she didn't tell me, and I didn't ask. I wonder what it was. Chapter 4. After that whole incident, things... Oh, I forgot to check the journal. Jeez Louise, 30 freaking tournament points! My goodness. After that whole incident, things returned mostly to normal. No, rather than normal, it was more like things calmed down, like a river that was no longer flooding. A few weeks passed, during which we took our first real test of the term. Thankfully, I scored a 95, high enough to keep my scholarship and provide a buffer for the rest of the year. The Asagao Strikers played their first game without PPG, and they managed to win. The entire school celebrated, except for PBG, who watched the game from his dorm room window. I wondered how he felt. In all other respects, he was back to PBG we all know and loved. It was the day after that game that he approached me.
Connor. PBG.
What's up? He stared at me for a few seconds, not saying anything. I cocked my head to the side. PBG, you there? I'm there. I was wondering if you... I nodded, trying to get him to finish the sentence. You will? I don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, right. So, there's this game coming out soon, and they're doing a midnight release for it. It was a really cool game. It's all about these little animals. PBG's talking about Animal Crossing! Yes, I love that game. Okay, it's all about these little animals living in a village together, and you can join it and live with them. Do you want to come with me? What do you do with the animals? In the game, you befriend them and go fishing and fossil hunting, and there's festivals. You can decorate your house with different outfits too. It's so cute. That sounds like something you'd be into. Sorry about that, guys, but my mom is going to make mashed potato, and it's going to do it really quick, so I have to hurry up. When I go to go eat, I'm gonna pause the video. So yeah, I'll say. And I think you'd like it too. Plus, I wanted to say thank you for what you did for me at the hot springs. So, what do you think? Well, sure. So, I'll just be keeping you company? Yeah, I guess so. He glanced away from me, looking troubled. Is something wrong? Yeah, something was wrong! He said something wrong! Okay, cool. Great, I'll pick you up tonight. Now, do you want to get to lunch? I'm sure everyone's wondering where we are. I'm sure Maya or John told them what was up. PBG turned pale. I hope not. What was up with them today? He came to pick me up right on time, as we planned. When I opened the door, Maya poked her head out from the top of her bunk.
Hey, what's up?
Going somewhere? PBG! Maya glanced from me to him and back again. I looked away. I hadn't told her because it never came up. How can you talk about something if they don't come into the conversation? Have fun. Better bring her back safely. Stab him with a lance made of toothpicks. I freaking love Maya. Yes, ma'am. We stepped out in the dark night, and I instantly started shivering. How cold was it out here? Below freezing. Exactly, it's freezing outside right now. I didn't bring a real jacket with me. I didn't have a heavy jacket for this kind of weather yet, so there wasn't much I could do about it. Instead, I kept my mouth shut and tried to hide my trembles as we headed for the train station.
Hey!
Where is this game store, by the way? It's a local one in the city. I like to go to it when I can to support them. Also, they have a puppy there. You're not allergic to dogs, are you? No, I love them. I always wanted to adopt one. We had one at home, and I miss him so much. Really? That must have happened after I left. It happened because you left. I was sad, so my parents bought me a dog for Christmas. What's the dog's name? It's a him, and that's not important. Tell me. No, that's fine. Tell me? There was really no reason. PBG. Haru. What does Haru mean in Japanese again? Anyways, follow me. That's pretty. We took several twists and turns after leaving the station. PBG intent on finding the shop. It's a bit harder to find when everything's dark. I blew my breath into the air and watched the resulting cloud float away above. It was cold. Here it is. He gestured to a line of people huddled outside of a store, all wearing thick jackets and mittens. There weren't as many people as I expected, but that made sense. How many people would like a game about living with animals enough to wait outside at midnight for it? We got into line behind a man with a blue-dyed mohawk. It won't be long now. Hana, are you okay? I looked up at him from where I was dancing on the street. Yeah, why? Look like you need to pee. No, I'm Achoo! He looked at me from head to toe as if seeing me for the first time. Why are you wearing a skirt? It's cold. Yeah, well, I didn't want to go home and change. Well, I'm a bit cold too. So maybe we should hold together to preserve warmth. Plus, I'm wearing a jacket, so... Yuji opened his normal boots jacket to me, looking away. So, you can... I didn't need to be told twice. I walked into the folds of his jacket and hugged him. He wrapped his arms and at the end of the jacket around us. Thankfully, I was tall enough to fit inside. Only the tip of my bows poked out at the top. Yuji was a heating pad. Slowly I warmed up and stopped shivering. Yuji set his chin on top of my head, like a little footrest. It smells really good, like vanilla and cinnamon. Why do you smell like vanilla and cinnamon? Yuji tried to talk to me, but with one side of my face against his chest and the other against his jacket, I could barely understand him. It sounded like his mouth was full of marshmallows. What? Sure. What? We stood there in silence for a while, and then PBG's chin wiggling on the top of my skull, I mean. It felt really good, like he was giving me a massage or something. His beard was tickling me. And then I realized he was talking to me. I just couldn't hear it. I nuzzled against his chest, and he stopped talking for a bit. Sorry about that, everyone. I had to actually go eat mashed potatoes and then go meet a dog. The dog would not cooperate with me. He would not leave his owner's spot. I'm just going to say that. So anyways, let's continue if you guys are still watching this. Okay. I think we went from I nuzzled into his chest, and he stopped talking for a bit, and then he started rubbing me back. What was he saying? Was I supposed to answer? I stayed where I was, and the seconds ticked away. Oh! His head lifted off the top of mine, and he opened his jacket to look down at me. The line moved. Looks like we can go in and get our games.
Yeah!
Inside! Yes, let's go! Wait, our games? It must have been a slip of the tongue. No! Ryuji approached the register while I examined the games on their shelf just to the side of it. I had no idea what most of them were, but there were several I was interested in. One had pictures of cows in it. Another group of teenagers, like they were lost in a city. I don't know what that is. These were all games from the handhold I had, but when I looked at the price tag, I gulped. There was no way I would get one anytime soon. Dejected, I went to stand with PUBG at the register. Here's your order, Mr. Barter Gamer. Oh, I pre-ordered too. You did? You did? You did, sorry. Here's the other copy. Thanks. PUBG paid the man, and we left the store with the games in hand. As we went back to the train station, I side-eyed him. Awkward silence. What? Nothing. We made it to the train station. We made it to the station just as the train was loading and managed to sprint inside just in time. That was close, but at least we're inside, and look, we've got the whole carriage to ourselves. He spread his arms out wide, and the plastic bag he had rustled. He looked at the bag as if surprised. Oh, right. He pulled out one of the copy and held it out to me. What? This is for you. I got it for you. Sorry I didn't give it to you back at the store, but I wanted to be sure we didn't miss the train. I can't take this from you. It's way too expensive. Don't worry about it. I got it for you. But he pouted. But if you don't take it, I'll be sad. Okay. I took the game and looked at the cover. There were small animals on a round green earth with yellow letters reading Animal Intersection. That is a reference to Animal Crossing! Across the top. Ah, crap. I couldn't read the other ones. A yellow dog or something. Tears filled my eyes. My first game. Happy? I am happy. Oh my gosh. I started jumping up and down right in the middle of the train compartment.
Yay!
I got my first game! I got my first game! I'm gonna play this all night! Wait and play it after school tomorrow. What? Why? Just trust me. This game works with a real time clock, so we'll have more fun that way. I sighed. Okay. PJ grinned at my dismay. Anyways, let's get you to bed. PJ walked me to the front of the girls' dorm, like a true gentleman. When we got to the door, he hesitated.
Hey.
Hey, Hana. Yes? Do you think... He trailed off staring at me, and I smiled at him. Do you think what? Never mind, it was nothing. Thanks for coming with me tonight. Oh, no problem. He pulled the door open and waved me inside. My lady? Why, thank you. I giggled. Seriously, thank you. This means more to me than you know. I mean, it's nothing really.
See you later.
Good night, PPG.
Bye.
Night, Hana. When I got back to the room, I was already asleep. I changed quietly and climbed into bed, game in hand. I couldn't wait to play it tomorrow. I slept underneath my pillow and snuggled into bed. What a wonderful night. Hana, wake up. You need to look at this. I raised my head groggily from my pillow, hardly registering where I was. Ma stood over me, something like a smile on her face. What? What is it? Also, you're going to be late, but look at this. She handed me a piece of paper written in a familiar scroll. Another note? Seems like it. Read it. Part of my world. Imagine a ball. On an evening so swell. I can be Prince Eric. You can be Ariel. We'll dance on the shore where we both fell in love and saw the moon dancing so far above. We'll be just like that pair, I promise it, dear. Your hair glistens, glowing right off that pier. Such a beautiful sight from this glistening beach. Do you have the Little Mermaid on Disney DVD? When I finished reading, I cast a glance at Mai. What's wrong? You don't like it? I wish it were different somehow. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. To my surprise, Mai burst out laughing. What? What is it? You're a true main character, Hana. Oh boy, this is great. You're dead as a brick. Yeah, that's true. That's so freaking true. Hana, why are you so oblivious? How would you rather the note was written then?
I don't know.
It's an awkward note, but it's not the right kind of awkward, you know? Uh-huh. I guess I want to make it feel more like... Of course, I could never forget you. I usually feel like I'm a joke to people, but when I'm with you, I feel like I'm more like that. Oh, Hana. It's nice to see you right when I wake up. Man, this day is gonna be good. More like... Oh, Hana, dear. Mai was leaning against her desk, doubled over in laughter, hitting it with something more than human strength. What is it? Mai flicked a tear from her eye, wheezing. Sometimes I just want to strangle you. Are you ready for class yet? You woke up so late we can't even get breakfast. I'm ready. She has freaking toast in her mouth. That's so cute. Okay. I was unpacking my backpack before class that morning when, to my astonishment, Ian approached me and began a conversation. Anna, my good friend, how are you? I squinted at him. Fine. How are you? Oh, I'm doing well. In fact, my tournament training has been going better this year than before. I just landed in the top 20 scores. I just landed in the top 20 highest scores for Japan at number 20, but still. And, how are you doing with your training? Fine. I smiled brightly at him, one hand on my treasured phone. Dang. Foiled again. I'm sorry, but that freaking got me memories of Ipso Facto. I cocked my head to the side, unsure of what exactly he was talking about. You mark my words, Hana Mizuno. I will win this tournament. And when I do, I can bet I will idly mock you the next time I see you in the cafeteria. I went back to his seat and slumped down with a huff. Luke leaned over to high-five him, and Ian shot him a mean look enough to kill a pea plant. I smiled, a small feeling of pride blooming in my chest. Still, there were only 2 weeks left until the tournament. I had to keep up my practice, or Ian will make good on that threat. My hand hovered over the paper, pen in hand. How was I supposed to go about this? I never rejected anyone. I wasn't the kind of girl people usually went after. Moreover, this guy, whoever he was being a little creepy. I didn't want to say anything that would make him angry, especially considering how many times he'd come to our room unseen in the middle of the night. What if he waited for me one night, when I got up to use the bathroom? I shuddered. I definitely didn't want to hurt his feelings. After 15 minutes, I finally had a reply I kind of liked. Sir, thank you for these notes. They are very sweet. However, I would prefer if you no longer send me any. Please stop giving me these notes. Best, Hana. It was nothing fancy, but hopefully it was good enough. My dad always says, when saying no, don't give a reason. People try to argue you out of things when you give reasons. Sometimes, even if you don't. Even if you didn't, I mean. Okay, so I'm going to pause right here so that I won't get a freaking stupid pop-up saying it's like, oh, timeline, whatever. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. I'm going to try for a spoof with you, and it's good to be back.